Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is a very short update, of course, for what happened today at the end of this trading day, where we of course saw today a little bit volatility. We went down impulsively, but suddenly it was of course invalidated directly with a wave 4, which it was a very high and interfering with your wave 1 invalidation of this double 1 2 3 4, of course. And then it has transformed definitely to an ABC finished scenario, or of course in a very rare scenario which it can be an expanding diagonal. However, it is a very far scenario for an expanding diagonal because it is very rare normally. We were looking of course to something else after considering this is a 3 waves down, 3 waves up. So far we got another 3 waves up. We were still looking in case that we get of course an expanding flat where we might reach the 1.0.5 or the 1.23 and 1.38. Those are the wave B expanding flat as A, B and a C toward the downside to finish of course this correction in 3 waves. Now if you can see here of course that we have the timing required for wave 2 after an impulse toward the upside in case this is a wave 1 here and not an ABC. Of course we're gonna come to this scenario in a few minutes, but if we are still bullish we are looking to a finished wave 1, and a wave 2 requires at least the 0.38 fib level, which is less common. Of course the most common is 0.618. However, in both scenarios we did not reach those timing, so this bottom here that we have reached of course before the 0.38 is not yet of course perfect timing, and also not perfect level even as fib levels for a wave 2. So in both case scenarios timing and fib levels are not met yet for a wave 2, and therefore of course this brings us for a longer scenario for a wave 2, possibly that of course we have to reach the 0.618 or even in between them. It is very possible, but at least to touch of course this level at 0.38, which is the minimum requirement for a wave 2. And in that case scenario we would like to have here A, B and a C. Now wave C should be a little bit extended to reach at the 0.38. It might be of course it might be something even else, like 3 waves down, 3 waves up again, and even longer wave C to reach of course the perfect fib levels for a wave 2. Everything is possible since of course the wave 2 timing can vary of course until 1.618, so it is of course very optional to get of course even a deeper wave 2 still. So these are the scenarios right now of course for the bullish. Now if we are bearish of course we will have to consider this is a wave A as of course 1 2 3 4 and a 5 finished wave A exactly at this top here in an impulse, and finishing after it a very shallow wave B, and then 1 2 3 4 and a 5 where we took of course the top exactly here. Now your wave 4 is very short in timing, but it has never been an invalidation, and it looks perfect as a wave 4 as an impulse, right? It looks nice. So we can consider that this is our wave C, our wave A, our wave B, forming the an ABC of course as a zigzag. And that means guys, if we have a zigzag here as corrective, meaning that you have still of course this scenario in the game playing as 1 2 and movement toward the downside. Now of course because this looks like an expanding diagonal, which is very rare, it doesn't really open the scenario for us for a really deep impulse toward the downside. However, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Nobody knows, maybe even if a rare scenario can still play as an impulse, but don't forget that we have a 1 2 here and 1 2 again, and then probably moving toward the downside. The second scenario, which is of course a contracting diagonal that we are still looking at here as 1 2 3 4 5. We did not reach yet the invalidation, the total invalidation for a contracting diagonal, where we can see of course that this price action still have the gap touching the wave 2 here. We still have a gap. We did not of course invalidate yet. We don't have a wave 4 longer than your wave 2 yet. So we can still consider this is a contracting diagonal still unfolding, probably with a wave 5 toward the downside, meaning you still want to take the low. Now, of course, if you remember as well, as a bullish scenario, even if we take this as a contracting diagonal, it can still be A, B, C. Your wave C is this contracting diagonal. In case we are bearish and we have top for our scenario or bull run exactly here, it might be, of course, a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 5 as a wave 1, and then, of course, wave 2, and then continuation toward the downside. So these are the insight right now, and of course we are looking for lower prices if we are in a bullish even scenario. So in both case scenario, I suggest, of course, lower prices at least to this area between the 0.38 and 0 or even the 1 fib level fib time, I would say, in this area, and of course to be in confluence with the 0.38 and 0.5 fib levels as well would be, of course, the perfect and the ideal ABC for wave 2 exactly in this area. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.